As far as this NBA Finals, you got a dog in this race?
You know what? Between the two, definitely, I got to pull for Golden State, man. Klay Thompson's story, just the whole squad. I believe, you know how Steph Curry has children trying to shoot 3-pointers from anywhere, right? Kids who can barely hold the ball, they want to go behind the 3-point line, and how Steph almost really single-handedly changed the league. I believe the Golden State Warriors are doing that in a positive way. When they play that ball movement, when just no matter, and they're loaded with shooters, but just the mere fact that it's so unselfish and that has become sexy and trendy, and that other teams want to do that.
Right.
When we're coming out of ISO ball, I'm going to dribble for 38 seconds and then pass so you can make a bad shot. James Harden.
Yeah. I feel bad because James is the biggest bust come playoff time. Regular season, he's a monster. Playoff time, that man is a man ducking child support, nigga. He cannot be found.
Now, you know I'm a lifelong Rocket fan, and I stood tall for James, and which is an entire nother conversation. So it's about the softness of the league. Every single time, I think we have an average of 11. We're gonna check and see if it was flagrants now.
Right.
But we come up and watch it in the 80s, where I have a video of Robert Parrish punching somebody straight in the mouth, and no one got ejected.
Right.
Remember,
good old days.
It was prison ball.
Yes.
No layups in the playoffs.
Right.
If you try to do a layup, you get elbowed and so forth.
Right.
So James Harden would lead the league in free throws all season, and then they changed the way they call the game in the playoffs, but we don't live in that violent basketball. So I thought he got undercut a great deal. I thought he was being as aggressive, but just never getting to the line based in whatever. But I love Golden State. I love the story. I love the fact that Klay, man, again, one of those things we talked about. You have to have this terrible thing happen. Remember, Klay's story ain't shit if he only blows one knee out.
Right, but he got the torn ACL too.
He got the torn. I mean, come on, dude. He was coming back and blew out the other one. And so for him, remember, they talk about dudes who retire to keep from rehabbing. You know what I mean? This dude did it 2 years back to back.
But Klay's not a cutter, slasher, break the defense down, finish, posterizing rim kind of guy. He shoots threes. So I'm not trying to, downplay his shit.
Pick, though.
I know, but the wear and tear, or most people don't come back from that at all.
Right.
But at the same time, it ain't like, when Derrick Rose fucked his shit up, that was his thing. That off the dribble and that explosion.
Right.
Klay is that guy that, may come off a screen, or you catch him in the open three and he's popping threes. So the wear and tear ain't the same.
No, but see, he gets open. That's what I'm saying. Their ball movement, nobody's standing. Everybody's moving around. Remember, Klay is normally going to catch that off of a pick or something. Like, he stop and pop. So I know what you say. I do know what you're saying. You ever see Friday Night Lights, the movie?
No.
Oh, my God. Boobie Miles. Same thing where he blew his knee, and the doctor explains, and no, see, you start and stop at the drop of a dime. You're not going to be able to do that anymore. When it sets into an athlete, he'll never be able to be as great as he was once before. My God.
I agree with Stephen A. Smith's assessment on Kyrie, though. Selfish dude. Listen, I'm not going to argue the whole vax versus unvax. It's your body. I get it. I'm personally vaxxed. I've already fought that war on social media. It's your choice, whatever makes you comfortable. But I just can't help but believe taking all that time off didn't hurt his team. Even when it was like that one game where they really got fucked up, because he had to fast. He didn't eat all day.
Right.
And I don't want to get off into the religion thing again, but I can't help but think that you need fuel to get out there and be playing 48 minutes running up and down the court. And you have to respect people's religion. I get it. But if you haven't eaten all day and you need that fuel for energy, and then you get blown out and you have a horrible performance, I can't help but think that played a part into that.
Well, you got to, it could, but you got to think about the Muslim players or the players who fasted. Akeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, you're right.
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. You got guys who played, again, it's a testament to
You just shot my point down. You're right,
and I don't mean to do it like
but
that.
You're right.
You definitely
I
need
know
some
what you're
food.
saying.
You definitely and they adjust to that, right? When you're I know some Muslim cats who played ball. It's like, no, you have to go to bed at 6:30 on the night before you have a game. You know, you wait till sun goes down, you eat right then, and then you go to bed so that you're properly rest. Right? There's some other stuff that goes into it to make sure that you can get through it. But yeah, when you have to sit out, that's what I was surprised about Kyrie, about how good he was when he had to sit out.
But then he
all
also
that damn
looked
time.
somewhat rusty or not dehydrated, but like he lacked energy.
See, I always think about, do you remember, and I hate to bring up this because God bless Kobe Bryant. Remember when Kobe had his issue in Denver?
Right.
And he had to go to court in the middle of the season. And Kobe would take
and then he hit that game-winning shot.
Every single game that Kobe took a flight from that courthouse, Kobe put up like 50.
Right.
So it was almost like he was playing for his freedom. You know what I mean?
It was almost like every jump shot was, I didn't do it.
That thing right there. Kobe.
Right.
It was exactly like that. And so it's like when you fail in those spaces. Remember, we live in an if-then society. If you don't score 25, you did it, motherfucker.
Right.
If you don't get a triple-double, you are in the wrong religion, or you made the bad choice. But here's the crazy shit, where Kyrie leaves Boston,
right,
and KD leaves Golden State, both with the idea that they're going to go off and win a whole bunch of championships, but they get to sit at home and watch Golden State and Boston play for the chip.
It goes to it tells you the moral of the story is Kyrie needs LeBron and KD needs Steph.
Listen, KD might. Oh no, I forgot they were on the same squad. That's right.
Right.
Yeah, they you need to be a package deal.
How old are you?
What would you ask me? What would you ask me? Not
40.
if I'm vaccinated. Not if I'm a virgin. Not if I smashed that lady down the hall. I'm 50. I'm 51.
Okay, I'm 47. So I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna assume that because of your age and your knowledge, you're going to say the right thing. GOAT, MJ or LeBron?
Again, I come from the era, so it's definitely going to be MJ for me. Again, we break down the term. I tell you, I'm a language dude. Remember, that's an acronym. The greatest of all time.
Right.
And so all your time in what we're talking about, what you were great at, needs to be at the end so we can make the proper assessment.
Right.
And the dude who I believe is the GOAT, he's done playing ball, but he's still super viable in this environment.
Still got the #1 selling shoe of all
time. That thing
right
there ain't laced him up.
Ain't touched the ball in 20 years.
That part right there. You know what I mean?